Hello everyone, my name is Victor. I'm also known as Zekin. I was reached out and asked if I could do a walkthrough for EventID a bit ago, and I saw it as a great opportunity to make a YouTube channel and be able to showcase me working through these events on this website. Um, Being able to showcase my methodology, my note-taking process, how I handle the analysis for Tier 1 and the eradication phase as a incident responder or a Tier 2. I'm hoping that these videos help those who are stuck, and also for people who want to come back after they finish the case to see if they missed anything, right? So again, the event today will be a reinvestigation, as I've already gone through it, and I'm hoping in the future to make videos of me looking at events that I've never seen before, so I could show you the raw investigation, me doing live research, um, just handling new things that I've never seen before. But for now, I will be doing the reinvestigations of the events that I've done already. I've done a handful already. I've been working on this for 20 days. And this website is very good at Tier 1 and Tier 2 practice. And not just practice, but like to learn new concepts or concepts that have been used by threat actors before, and it's very interesting. But okay, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna start a timer. Let's see here. So on the notes, the only thing I added in the notes so far is just the timestamp, the endpoint, suspected malicious IP, the host name, and here I'm going to be taking down what steps I've taken in the investigation, what actions I've taken, like have I contained the system, have I escalated. In the future events, I'll be adding in like what files I deleted, what registries, and all that. The artifacts would be like URLs, IPs, and then references would be like if I use VirusTotal, I'll drop in the URL in there. So let's see. It's been a while since I've done this event, so I'm gonna need a little refresher. This is a Tier 1 event, multiple HTTP 500 response. We have the endpoint IP, we have a suspected IP, okay, username. Okay. Seems like a SQL. It was allowed as well, okay. So, usually my first steps, second. Okay, so usually first steps I take in, if there's a malicious IP or a hash of a file, I immediately go to a third party to get some information on it, right? So like, is it a known malicious IP? Is it a known malicious hash? And try to get an idea of what is your, like, if it's a file, what's the capabilities on it? If it's an IP, what's the reputation of it, right? And here it seems clean, but it seems like it has a reputation. And let's see, VirusTotal is very good to check. There's also abuse IPDB. There we go. It has a big history of doing malicious activities. And if I recall, when they reached out to me, they told me that a lot of people were failing this EventID, and I suspect that it's because some people probably looked at the current rating and it's like, oh, it's like not malicious. So that probably messed up their case. It's like, oh, it's not malicious. But again, this is a third party, and it could be helpful, but let's say in the case of a 0-day, they're not gonna have intelligence on this or like data. And if our systems are getting hit by a 0-day, it's up to us as analysts to actually look at our data and find out what's going on, right? But there is like a track record here. It's not currently labeled as malicious, but it's the track record is there, right? The history. So I'm gonna add these in as references. Okay, let's see here. 1 second. Oy. Okay. We have those 2 URLs, and we're just gonna add in. So after checking, the IP is being reported as non-malicious by vendors as per VirusTotal, but it has a history of abuse in Abuse IPDB and is brought up in the community tab in VirusTotal, right? Then we have the references, and we're going to continue on. So after this, so I just want to add in, like, you could use other tools. There's multiple other tools, right? We have Cisco Talos, Intelligence. These guys are good as well. Like, let's see, let's get the IP. And I would recommend that you like check multiple third parties rather than just relying on one. But these tools are all good. There's other ones, but I usually only go for these 3. These are good. VirusTotal, Abuse IPDB, and Cisco Talos. Just to check IPs, hashes. And then in LetsDefend, they also have a threat intel tab. Let's see, let me get the malicious IP. And this is your internal threat intelligence. And you can also run the IP in here and see if we have any data on it, right? And from the looks of it, there is no data. So internally, we don't know about this IP. So I'm gonna write that down. Okay. So just added that in. Return no data on the IP. And we could close this tab now. We're 8 minutes in. And then from here, I like pulling the endpoint IP and going to the SIM. And I like looking for internal and or like inbound and outbound connections immediately, making sure the date's aligned. April 18, 1 p.m. Okay. So this is outbound. This is already not a good look. And this is to the same IP address, 32223. Yes, it is 119. Okay, so immediately I know that there's outbound connections, and I'm gonna write that down. See. Okay, so we can see outbound connections from the endpoint IP to the suspected malicious IP, right? Okay, so this is outbound. This is endpoint to external. We can't see anything else here. I want to see what was inbound. And this will most likely show us what why the alert triggered, right? Okay. So I'm looking at the dates, making sure. Okay, 18. There's one login here is from June. Let's see, or 500 response code. Union select. Okay, turn run command into out file. It's a code 200, so it was successful. Okay. I'm just trying to eyeball these commands or requested URLs. I probably should be taking note of this. These are all artifacts. So I'm gonna add this into our notes. I'm off the screen at the moment. I'm gonna defang this in a bit too. So just I may have skipped through that when I edited the video. These are just the URLs that I grabbed from the sim. These are all artifacts. Or these here. These are all artifacts, and let me add in. Okay, this is what I got. Logs from the sim show indications that the malicious AP was able to make a file and perform command execution. And here, check this. Usually you want to come in here. You could do, usually I do a quick glance of all these tabs, just get a feel of what's going on. Usually this reveals like the entry vector. And then in this case, we're looking at the history at the terminal to confirm if the commands ran or seen in the logs were actually, ran. And here, let's see, I'm gonna have this on the side here. Let's pull this up. Get quiet. So this person ran. Who is command? Right. Put it on the side here. Second page. ID. Okay. Now we have netcat. The netcat is a reverse. It's usually used for reverse shells, right? And it seems like, yeah, this endpoint is compromised. I'm gonna write this down in the notes. Okay. So here I just added in the endpoint security module. The terminal history confirms that the commands executed by the threat actor were successfully ran. Okay. So here, it's just like an extra confirmation aside from like the code 200s. We're going to make a file and perform command execution. Code 200 was returned. I do remember that. For the command execution request. Okay. Take that out. Then let's see, there's also netcat. Security terminal shows process history. Wait, I just realized I've been writing this in the wrong area. Sorry about that. So, okay, at this point, actions taken. We would want to contaminate the endpoint, or contain the endpoint, sorry. So, let's see, endpoint contained. And, okay, at this point, we're going to start a case. Create a case. Start playbook. Here we have collection data, source address, destination. I don't have the user agent, but that should be in the ticket already, or the first alert. It should have it already. Search log, we already searched. We saw the outbound connection and then the inbound request as well. We have those as artifacts. We looked at the IP already, in virus total, Cisco Talos, and abuse IPDB. It returned as non-malicious, but let's see, actually, I do wonder. second. I wonder why it says URL address. Okay, I think I see why people get confused. Analyze URL address. I think here you have to go with malicious. I'm gonna go with malicious. Has anyone accessed the IP URL? Whether this device connects these addresses. It was access, yes. So containment, I already have that written down. Actions taken, endpoint contained, and then we add in artifacts. So the wording is a bit weird. I would have this here. I would say that. So I can see why some people are failing the playbook. IP address, malicious IP. Just gonna go through this. I may skip this part in the video and just go to the point where I actually have everything down. I'm going to defang. Alright, there you go. Have the URLs, defanged, malicious IP. What's there? Okay. Since we have these artifacts already, usually when they do ask me for the artifacts, I erase them from the notes. There has been times where they don't ask for artifacts, so I just have them in the notes. I just find it helpful for future references and if I try to like review or whatever. Okay. This seems good. Okay, so there we go. Artifacts. We have our notes. Below half an hour. Then also all the talking kind of made my time go up. Okay, so when they ask for notes, I just copy this over. References, actions taken. Then should be it. I think one of the things that are missing is the escalation, which they didn't ask me, like, oh, do you want to escalate this? Oh, also this is a true positive. Just copy and paste the same notes over. Sorry, that was too loud. But yeah. There we go. I do understand now though, like why some people may get this event wrong. Is that when they start asking about the URLs. Oh, okay. What's this IP? I just focus on URL. I like hard focus on URL for some reason. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I may have to like relook at the video and see like, hey, did it only say URL? Was it IP URL and domain? I don't know. But yeah. Hopefully this helps. Thank you so much for watching.